Hey guys! So a lot of people have asked for a tutorial of my song Grow Up, and I meant to do one like a couple months ago during like Christmas break and stuff, but I just haven't had time, and so I'm gonna try to do one now. So basically I'm just gonna go through like the basic chords of the song, the finger picking pattern, the strumming pattern, and hopefully that pretty much covers anything that people might have questions on. I think you might find it's a little bit easier than it sounds like. So just to remind you, this is what the beginning intro verse sounds like. And really the three basic chords of that finger picking pattern are just C, E minor, and F. So they're pretty easy chords, and you're just kind of changing them a little bit while you're finger picking to give that extra little like melody over the top. So what you're going to be doing is you have C with your first finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. You're just going to add 2 frets up on the 5th fret, so. And then for E minor, you're just going to push this finger down on that same fret on the 1st string. So you'll kind of be hammering on to the 3rd fret of the 1st string. So, and then for the F, you're just taking off your finger from the 4th string. So it's just your first finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. For the finger picking pattern, one of my kind of like personal rules of thumb about finger picking is the more structured and perfect you try to make it, the harder and more frustrating and less gratifying it's going to be. So if you don't get it perfect every time you do the finger picking, it's fine. It's really about how it sounds, and if you miss one little note, it's not going to sound completely different. I'm going to have to move this. Also, I think that some people maybe are kind of hesitant to like use their thumb when doing finger picking sometimes, but it really does help, and it makes it a lot easier to do. Like, it makes you more flexible in what you can do. For most of the finger picking, except for that last chord, you're pretty much just going to be using these top 3 strings. So I'm going to play it really slowly and name the strings as I'm playing them so you can kind of see. All 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3. All 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3. All 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3. And then this last chord is a little bit different. It's going to be 2, 4, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 4, 2, 3, 1, 3. So all together it's going to sound like this. All 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3. All 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3. All 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3. 2, 4, 2, 3, 1, 3. 2, 4, 2, 3, 1, 3. Next I have a tab of this, if that's easier to look at for you. I think it's a lot easier to think of it in terms of like the chords and you're just altering them with like one finger. But if it's easier for you to look at in terms of tabs, you can look at it that way too. And then something that isn't in the original video but that I think makes the song a little bit better is for the second verse I'm dropping the finger picking and just doing strumming but still adding those extra fingers or taking away the fingers to make the altered chords. So it's gonna sound like this. So that is a little bit easier, and if the finger picking just doesn't work for you, that's also an option to do for for both verses and for the intro. And then the strum for that part would just be down, down, up, down, up. And then the chords for the chorus are G, A minor, F, G, E minor, A minor, F, G, and then I add a little, add my pinky onto the 3rd fret of the 4th string. I think it's G7, something like that. The strum for that is pretty standard, just down, down, up, down, up. This also is like optional for the part between the 2nd chorus and the bridge, and then also between the bridge and that final verse. I changed the finger picking a little bit just so the song wasn't really repetitive. It sounds like this. So really it's just little changes to the beginning part. For that 1st chord, when you're doing the C, you will do the normal up to the 5th fret, and then you'll also go 2 frets higher with your pinky, probably, unless you have extremely long fingers or you're on a smaller ukulele. Kind of the same for the 2nd chord. For the E minor, you're just going to go up to that 2nd, and then you'll just go up to the 5th fret with your pinky. And then for the final F chord, you are going to go to the 3rd fret of the 1st string with your pinky, just add on. And then, just like before, you're going to take this finger off of the 4th fret. And the finger picking for those parts stays the same. And then the bridge is just the same as the chorus, and the final little ending verse is pretty much the same as the verses. I also did that little extra part on the final verse, but again, that's pretty optional. It just adds a little bit of like different sounds to the song. I didn't want it to be the same thing all the way through. I feel like I didn't do a very good job explaining this, but it's really hard to explain finger picking and things like that. So, let me know down below if you have any questions. And if any of you do like covers of the song, I would love to hear them. So like make sure you let me know. So I hope that you all have a great day, and I will see you all later.